Football then and now, a fun look at football nostalgia and the modern game intertwined. Join us.
Well, it is episode 48 of Football Then and Now, and the Premier League returns. So many people hate the international breaks. I said previously with my guest who I had on last week, who is returning, we don't mind the international break actually as it goes, but the Premier League is the creme de la creme, Brady, and welcome back for episode 48. Thank you very much.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
We're going to obviously go pretty quick with this, but we're going to obviously we'll cover as much as we can. I think some games are going to get more focus, but yeah, the Premier League, it's the only negative I have with the international break, when teams have got so much momentum, and then it has been very stop-start. Yeah. It's just the nature of the beast now, isn't it? But big games coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, and as you said to me last week, there is a game on Thursday as well. I didn't realise. I apologise. I am only human. But yeah, we're going to go into the Tuesday fixtures first, of course. I'll just pull up the graphic right now. Wolves, West Ham, Braid, quarter to 7 on Tuesday evening. How do you think it's going to go? This is going to be good. It's going to be tasty, this one.
I've gone for West Ham winning this one. I just feel West Ham, Graham Potter, I think Wolves have been they had that little resurgence, didn't they? But I just feel West Ham under Graham Potter, they're just getting better. And I can see West Ham just doing Wolves over this one. I'd probably say 2-0. West Ham, to be honest.
Wow, Molyneux's a tough place to go. So, but again, it's been very hit and miss with Potter, hasn't it? It really has. But yeah, they need it, don't they? We're trying to climb. The teams down there, like ourselves, Everton, they're trying to climb, and every place is worth £4 million.
Yeah,
for every place you get at that table. So that's I just find with West Ham, they've been so patchy. They've looked good in games. They beat Arsenal away, of course. They look really, really good. I'm going to go 2-2 on this. I've got a Desmond. I'm going to go with the old Desmond on this one because I can't see past it, but I think it's going to be a good game. Also, Cunha's not back yet, is he? I think he's got one more game. So
one more game, and then he's back after that.
Would you start Hwang over Strand Larsen if you were Pereira?
Yeah, I think he needs to change something up, and I think Hwang just gives you something different to what Pereira gives you. But I think with a lot of the players and the confidence that they've got, obviously Jarrod Bowen has been very hit and miss, but I think he's got something he wants to prove that he can still do it for West Ham. And there's a few players there, but I just think West Ham are just going to have that a little bit more than what Wolves will. So, West Ham on that one.
He's going West Ham. Braids is going West Ham. I'm going for a 2-2. Then we move on to the Emirates Arsenal. Same time, kick-off again on Tuesday evening. Arsenal cannot slip up. I'll put clips up after the episodes we've done. Arsenal can't lose a game. They potentially have to win every single game to even have a chance of doing it. And that would be with Liverpool losing 3 or 4 games. It's just not going to happen. I've got them edging this. I've got them edging it. I'll go 2-1 on this one. Again, it's the striker issue, isn't it? Why not play Martinelli there instead of Moreno?
God knows. I've gone with Arsenal 2-1 on this one as well.
Yeah.
I just feel Arsenal that they're not going to win the league, but they've also got Fulham. They've got Forest biting at the heels. And if they don't win this one, Forest go closer to them again. And I don't think if Forest finish above Arsenal, I think that's Arteta done. But I just feel Arsenal have got something to prove because they've got no FA Cup. They're out of the Champions League. I just feel Arsenal are going to want to try and prove something in this one. So I've gone 2-1 in this one.
We've hit Fulham twice here because last week we said that Palace. You said Palace would do it over 90 minutes and beat them. I said a draw then into penalties and they go out. So we've not been too kind to Marco Silva here, but they've been good. They've played some good stuff throughout the season. Let's not overlook how well they've done. No. He hasn't spent mega amounts of money, that bloke. And I go back to it all the time. He was never given a full chance at Everton. I always felt we were going to have a bit of an identity under him. They're a hard team. They're a hard team to beat. But yeah, I've got Arsenal. I've got Arsenal as well. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal on this one.
Yeah.
And then
I just thought the next one, Forest United. I've got what have I gone with? I've gone a draw on this one.
Right.
So I just feel on the weekend, Forest playing in the cup. I think he's going to go with a strong team, and United. Very hit and miss. They're very miss, but they've managed to pick up results here and there. And I just think that they might just squeak a draw out of this one. I've gone 1-1 on this one.
Good, could be potentially a good point for United then, couldn't it? And Bruno was getting a lot of stick. I think he's stepped up recently for him. He's been playing. I've been very impressed. I've been very impressed with him, because he's the fall guy a lot of the time. He gets it in the neck, but I think Bruno's been.
He puts himself in the firing line most of the time.
Well, he's
a hell of a player, but he doesn't know when to shut up.
No, but his performances. You've got to admit the performances recently have been brilliant.
Yeah,
he's really he's been hammering through there in the middle, leading it. So this is a struggle for me to pick a result. I just think Forest at home. I just think maybe I'm going to go 3-1 Forest. I'm going to go 3-1 Forest. I just think they're such a tough team, and United can be great one week and then poor the next. It's not been great. It's not been great. So I'm going to go 3-1. You've got the draw. Southampton versus Palace going into Wednesday, the first of the Wednesday games. I've got a good idea here where you're going to go with this one, but I'm going to ask how you feel this one will go. Southampton are still knocking on the door to have the lowest points total ever if they don't hit 11, which was set by Derby.
I've gone Palace 3-0.
Yeah, I don't see any other scoreline, to be honest with you. No. I was probably along the same lines. Maybe a 4-1 from me.
It's a shame because Southampton do have some good players there, but I just don't feel the management's right. They've looked good in some games where they could have got something, and the manager's changed something here and there, and then they've just got battered by teams or lost games that you would have thought they would have got something out of. But yeah, they've been the whipping boys this season. I mean, Villa have been on the end of being whipping boys through a season before we went down to the Championship. But I think Southampton, they've just been poor.
Yeah. We've got the distinct honour of losing twice to them this season. Oh, we've been beaten. We've beaten them. We've been beaten by them twice. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look good, does it? It does not look good at all because they've been shocking. But it just goes to show how bad we were at the time. You know, terrible. But not taking anything away from them. They played better than us in both games, in the Cup, in the League Cup, of course. But you can't look past Palace, can you? They've been fantastic. No. They've been as in form as anybody in the more recent, games. They've been brilliant. So you've got a 3-0. I've got a 4-1. Again, I feel for Aaron Ramsdale, that game where he saved all them chances, mate. Yeah. But they've changed the manager. Russell Martin, it wasn't working, was it? I know he got him back up. Juric has come from Roma, got sacked by Roma. It's when you change a manager in the season, it's so hard. It doesn't always go. It doesn't always go to plan, does it, Brady?
No. I mean, Villa have been on the end of it. Everton have been on the end of it. A lot of teams have been on the end of changing a manager midway through, and it's either worked or it hasn't worked. I mean, you look at Man United. You would have thought with Amorim coming in, he'd change it all and they'd be flying up the league. And it's proved that you can't just bring a class manager in like Amorim and it's all going to change.
No.
Because he's got the same players that the previous manager has. And if it didn't fit that system, why is it going to fit this new system?
Just before we go on to Bournemouth and Ipswich, Southampton are just becoming a yo-yo team. Very much akin to like Norwich, Burnley,
Leeds.
It's so hard. It is so hard.
Yeah.
But again,
it's that gap between the Championship and
they've
the
had
Premiership.
They've had ownership changes throughout the last however long as well. Do you know what I mean? They've had changes. There's been loads of stuff going on. You know, Southampton are a massive club. It's crazy. Yeah. But again, the teams get suckered in and become yo-yo clubs, don't they? That is how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, you've named a few of them there, and to go down, to come up and then become established, and it's hard. You need the money behind you to do it. You need the board to be behind you to keep you up and give you the money to get the players in to keep you up. Yeah. I mean, Villa got very lucky with the owners that we've got, that they had a thing in place, and Dean Smith, who's I feel is a legend for Villa for what he did, because he started all this off. And then we had that other one, Gerrard, who did well for us at the start, but then once certain things and certain people left, results didn't go his way. Then we brought Emery in, who's just gone in, right, this is how I want the club run, this is how I want the playing staff. And he works so closely with the sporting director and with Mochi, and you need something like that, especially when you've been down, your confidence is down, you're down on luck and everything. To have somebody come in and say, right, this is how I want it doing, this is what I want. Like what David Moyes has probably done going back into Everton.
Absolutely.
He's gone in and gone, right, I'm in charge of this. You're not telling me what, I'm telling you what I want. I'm going to tell the players what I want. If they don't want to do it, there's the door. We all know what managers like that are like.
I've got another yo-yo club here as well, but it was going great under Chris Wilder. They finished 9th, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
And again, they're probably on the cusp of coming back up again.
Yeah.
They even went back to Chris Wilder to try and sort it out, and it didn't work. They become a yo-yo club after getting that 9th place that season. Yeah. They overachieved. Did amazing though. I'm not knocking them. It's so damn hard. It's so damn hard. But yeah. I'm just going to move us along just so we can get through these, because I want to give the rub to all the games, all 10. We're going in and out. We're going very fast paced with it. Bournemouth, Ipswich, Brady. I think I've got an inkling here with what you're going to go with, but you may surprise me with your prediction on this.
I've gone draw.
You have surprised me. You have surprised me there, actually.
I've gone for a 1-1 draw in this one, because I just feel Ipswich, they're picking the points up. They're grinding games out, and I just think same again with the weekend, Bournemouth are probably going to put a strong side out against City in the FA Cup. And I feel Bournemouth probably think that they're quite safe now with the points that they've got. They might make a bigger push for the Cup than for the league. And Ipswich, I mean, the lap can pop out of anywhere to get a goal. They've got the players there that'll... Philoggy, he went and scored a couple of weeks ago. He popped up and scored 2 goals for him. I just feel they've got the players that can just pop up and just surprise defenders. That's why I've gone 1-1 in this one. I just feel they could nick something at Bournemouth.
They need to, mate, if they're going to catch Wolves. It's huge now. I just can't see. We've said it for weeks and weeks. Looking at it, that bottom three looks like it'll be home and hose, and it's the same. Even with the amount of games left, was it 9 games?
Yeah.
Again, the lap has scored goals. What I will say for Kieran McKenna, he's stuck to his values. They've played the way they want to play. I will say that, and he's solidified there because they have back-to-back promotions. You know what I mean? They will stick with him, and rightly so. Rightly so. I think they'll come down and they'll probably be better for it. I think they've spent a bit of money. They've done good loan deals. I've got Bournemouth on this one. I'm gonna go 3-1 Bournemouth. I just think Clivert's been good. Even Nilsson is back. He's back up front. Again, the lads have all filled in. They've done brilliant. Otaro was good for Bournemouth as well when he was asked to do a job. I just feel Bournemouth are going to be too strong for him. Ipswich, to me, play a certain way, and maybe teams have cottoned on. So you've got the draw. I've got the win for Bournemouth, and on to Brighton versus Aston Villa, Brady. Busy for Villa coming into the tail end of the season. Big 2 months for Aston Villa. Brighton back in form of late, been playing very, very well. I'll go in for your prediction first for your Villa against a fantastic Brighton team.
2-1 Villa win.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like Brighton are, I think it's a point ahead of Villa. And I just feel like he's going to push for it now. With 9 games left, we've got Preston on the weekend, then Brighton, and the Champions League the week after. So I think he's going to want to press on all fronts. And he wants to try and push for the top 4 because we're not that far off. I think it's something like 4 or 5 points off the top 4. And with the way certain things are going, European places, because it looks like the Premiership's nailed on for that 5th Champions League spot. So the other positions are dropping down. So I think it can go all the way down to, I think it's 7th or 8th place can get some sort of European football. So I think he's going to want to push to go for top 4, if not finish in the Europa League spot. So I've gone 2-1 in this one. It's going to be.
Yeah.
He's going to rest a few players from international duty this weekend, and you've got like Martinez coming back from Argentina, so he's going to get the weekend off. He'll come back in for the league, and a few others. Leon Bailey coming back from Jamaica.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's going to rest the players that have had a longer flight return and things like that. And I just feel he'll put his strongest side out against Brighton next week.
Yeah, and they'll be ready for it then, won't they? They'll be refreshed, ready, raring to go. Not overlooking Brighton though. João Pedro's been really, really good. He's been fantastic. Mitoma was hitting form. He's dropped off again for a couple of weeks. He was back in that Minter, the Gambian lad who was heavily touted. He was up at Newcastle. He's gone there. He's looked good. They're solid at the back, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
Paul Van Hecker, Webster, Lewis Dunk. Brighton through and through. Verbruggen's been good in goal. He's solidified his spot there as well because they were rotating keepers, weren't they? But I think you can go there. I just think with what's at stake, I think Villa will go there. I'm gonna go for a big score here. I'm gonna go 3-2 Villa. I think it's gonna be open. I think it's going to be open season at the Amex. Yeah. I'm going to go 3-2 Villa, but a very close game. It'll be who can take the chances, definitely. Newcastle, Brentford, Brady, big one, of course. Brentford are doing very, very well. Newcastle, off the back of the Carabao Cup win against Liverpool, played absolutely brilliant. Just vilified Liverpool. It was crazy. Even Liverpool fans said how well Newcastle played. So fantastic. They've finally got a trophy after 70 years. Again, I'll go with your prediction first, and I'll come in with mine, mate.
I've gone 2-2 draw on this one. I just think it's going to be. I feel it could be an open game, Newcastle, we all know, are very good at home with the fans behind them. Brentford going forward, very good. They're going forward. I think they're going to cancel each other out, and I've gone 2-2 draw on this one.
Goal scorers as well. I'll just press you for some goal scorers on this one.
Isaac and Bruno, and I'm going to go Damsgaard for one for Brentford, and Weiser. I think if he's fit, I can't remember if he's fit or not.
We're hitting these very early because this is going to go out on Monday the night before, so we're only on Wednesday, so a lot of fitness. There'll be all sorts of stuff going on, but in the meantime, that's where we've solidly predicted him rather than saying. But maybe it's a huge loss if he isn't right. But in Bruno, again, do you know what? I'm gonna say the Geordies are gonna do him. I'm gonna go 3-1 Newcastle. I'm gonna go 3-1 Newcastle. I think that they're good at home. They're so good at home. Yeah. And then City, Leicester. This could be a drubbing. This could be Leicester. Poor Leicester. They can't buy a win. They've not won at home. They've got to go to the city of Manchester, Brady. I'll ask you for a prediction on this one for Wednesday evening next week.
4-0 City.
Yeah.
I mean, Leicester City, not Man City. No, only joking. 4-0 Man City.
Yeah.
I just think Van Nistelrooy, you can see what he wants to do there, but he just hasn't got the players to do it. I don't know whether it's a confidence thing or what, but they've been sort of the same as Southampton. They had a change of manager, and things just haven't worked for them. They've looked quite good in some of the games, but they're just missing that one or two things that just seems to be missing for them to get that result that they need to push them on. But yeah, I think Guardiola, he wants to. They're chasing Forest. They are chasing Forest.
Yeah.
And I think they're just going to be far too strong for Leicester.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll go 4-1. I'll go 4-1 on this one. I think Leicester will get a goal. City are shaky at the back at times. They do have that because they play so forward, and I know it's possession based a lot of the time, but they can be ropey. I think Leicester will get a goal, but yeah, I'll go 4-1. Like you say, Rude just can't. It's just not happened, has it? They're in a bad rut. They're in a bad rut because they can't pick any. They're not picking anything up at home. They're not picking any, and you have to. If you're gonna, your home form is integral if you're gonna stay up, isn't it?
Yeah,
it massively. Is major. It's major. But Mavadidi, I do like him. Bruno Nonte, who they got from Brighton. There's players. He's got players, but like you said, the confidence is shot. Jamie Vardy. He was scoring, wasn't he? The goals were going in. It's kind of just like not happening. Patson Daka's on the bench. He doesn't tend to. He brings him on late in games. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I just think the shot's a bit mentally, maybe. So, it's nothing other than a City win on that one. And we go into the Merseyside derby. A quick turnaround on this after the rescheduling of it. We played them in February. We're back. Yeah. We're going to Anfield. We've got a horrific record at Anfield. Liverpool, though, will be well rested, which, considering how many games they've played in the season, they've had quite a lengthy rest. I know players are on international duty. I totally get it. But a timely rest, I think, for Liverpool. Out the Champions League now, of course. But, I'm worried about this one. But, Moisey, he'll have a setup in a way. But I can't see anything other than a Liverpool win in this one, I'm afraid.
2-1 Everton. Honestly, mate, I can see it. 2-1 Everton. I can see Liverpool going up 1-0. Yeah. I'm going to go Salah to score for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go with Beto.
Yeah.
To get a brace for you.
Right. And Beto has been not for the want of trying, since having 3 games with no goal because he's had so many chances. Again, we've got Chimiti fit now. Broz has just played for Albania. I was a bit worried about that. I was like, well, he's just come back into training like properly, and he's playing for Albania. Mikolenko is injured. I don't know the whys and the what fors at the moment, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So they're going to have to do something at left back. I'm worried about this one, Brady. I think we're going to have a backlash from Liverpool just with how the results have gone. We don't travel well there, but I know how Moyes will set us up. We'll be very
You don't
cautious.
travel well there. You're 5 minutes away.
Yeah, it's like 900 and something meters from ground to ground. It is, yeah. I think we're gonna lose. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool, and I know I'm gonna get shot down by fellow Blues, but I'm sorry. I just don't think. And Moyes has done brilliant. We've been unbeaten and all the rest of it, but Liverpool have got a point to prove now, and I think we're going to be made the point. Going into that, and then Brady. Finally, we're in game number 10 of the midweek fixtures, and it's Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. Chelsea, Tottenham. We've got a London derby to look forward to next Thursday evening. We'll go with the prediction again. I've said that every single time, but yeah, your prediction first, please, mate.
1-1 draw. I just feel Chelsea have sort of stagnated. Tottenham have just been Tottenham. He's whinged about all the injuries that they've had this time. Yeah, that every team's had injuries. You look at Villa's injury list through the season. We've had one of the worst ones you can have, and I think he's just come up with excuses every time. They've got a lot of their players back from injury now, but I just feel with the way that Chelsea are playing at the moment, I think Tottenham might just nick a draw at Stamford Bridge. And yeah, I just feel like it could be a bit of a boring game. I can't see it being end to end open. I can just see it being a bit of a boring game, 1-1.
What did you make of Pochettino being photographed with Daniel Levy?
Oh, they're still good friends, aren't they? They still talk and everything. I can't see him going back there. So I think that would be, for him, I think that could be a step backwards. I just feel like what he did for Tottenham was brilliant. I mean, going from Southampton to Tottenham, not being able to, apparently 2 weeks before, being able to speak a word of English and then speaking English fully in his next interview. Apparently, he does have a very good relationship with Levy, so I can't see him going back.
And USA lost to Panama as well.
Yep.
Not that has a bearing on a job and
Canada,
but
they lost 2-1 to Canada as well, didn't they?
So it's not good. It's not looking good, and again, it would be wrong of us to say that Ange would get the sack because they're still fighting in the Europa League as well. They could be in the Champions League winning that. So yeah, you can make of it what you will. Anybody can be photographed. Me and you could be photographed. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're friends. They're friends. That's just, I think too much gets read into things sometimes. But yeah, my prediction on this one, very tight, very, very close. I think Chelsea. I'm going to go Chelsea. I think there's no Nicholas Jackson as far as I'm aware.
No. He's in for another few weeks, I think.
So it's tough. But again, I think they're in the market. I did Wittering's there in the market for a striker in the summer as well. They're looking. I'm still going to say Chelsea. Just 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. And that's our preview for the midweek games coming at you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 1st of April, 2nd of April, and the 3rd of April. All on TNT, I'm assuming, as far as I know.
I think so.
Normally, the midweekers are, aren't they? So I think it's TNT. I don't think it's all Sky.
Unless Amazon have managed to sneak one in, but I haven't seen anything.
I would say TNT, but we'll see. Brady, thank you so much, mate, for coming on again. Appreciate your back-to-back episodes. We will have Chris back for 49. I'm sure he'll have On This Date in Football History returning as well. I didn't say at the start, I need to start doing it. Thank you to the Sports Social Podcast Network, Europe's biggest sports social podcast network. 600 partners it'll be soon, because it's 500 on there, but they keep adding people on as we go along. If you've got a podcast and you're not affiliated with anybody, please check these guys out. They will help you. They'll pay towards your content and all that good stuff. So yeah, please get in touch with them. Great people. Laura and Owen are very, very good when we've had issues or we've wanted to promote clips and stuff like that, and they've put it on their socials. So yeah, me and Chris and Brady are very, very thankful for you guys, because the audio, we're everywhere on audio, which is great. Brady, thank you, man. Thank you for coming on for it. Good preview for the games. Man. We look forward to the Premier League returning. And yeah, we'll see you very, very soon for episode 49 of Football Then and Now, a nostalgic look at football. And we also look at current news and topics. Take care, everybody. See you soon.
Football Then and Now, a fun look at football nostalgia and the modern game intertwined. Join us.